Hello friends, my name is Ramasu. Today we shall discuss about topic polymorphism concept in object-oriented programming. Friend, today's topic is very interesting, especially if you have interest in programming and you want to learn about it. So let's start. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well so that my videos can reach to you, and also you can follow me on the Facebook page as well. Friend, polymorphism is a fundamental, or you can say a very basic concept in object-oriented programming. Every programming like Java, C++, C Sharp, all these types of programming are basically based on the concept of polymorphism. Now polymorphism is basically a combination of two words, polymorphism. So poly means more than one, and morphism means shapes. So basically whenever we talk about polymorphism, we are basically saying that it allows objects of different types to be treated as an object of a common types, or simply you can say basically uh, behavior, more than one behavior of an object. Now let me deep dive into it. Basically the concept provides a way to design and implement flexible and extensible software by allowing objects to be used interchangeably based on common interfaces or shared base class. Now what is base class? Base class is the basically a parent class normally. In object-oriented programming, we have two types of polymorphism. First one is the compile time or static polymorphism, and second one is the runtime or dynamic polymorphism. Okay, so mainly two types are there, static or dynamic polymorphism. Um, Compile time polymorphism or the static polymorphism is achieved through method overloading and operator overloading. So there are two types within the compile time polymorphism. So first one is the method overloading. What is method overloading? Method overloading allows a class to define multiple methods with the same name but different parameter list. The compiler is basically a software which convert the source code into a bytecode. So the compiler determines which method to invoke based on the number and types of arguments passed through the method call. Let me give you an example here of method overloading. This is an example of method overloading in which we have a class math operations. It has two methods defined, int add, int a, int b, and return a plus b. This is a method of add which takes two inputs, parameter integer a and integer b, and it will add it and return the result. Another method here is double, which is basically a real value, so it will add double a double b and return a plus b. So see, basically math, there are in the math class we have two methods, integer a add and double add, and they both have the same parameter, but the return type here is the integer and this is the double. So basically what happened, that when the code compile, so at the run time, at the compile time, the compiler is basically decide that which method it needs to be executed. For example, if you call this method like in which you are sending the parameter integers, so this method will be called. If you are calling the method add with the double with the point, basically for example if you are calling 23.5 and 45.6 for example with this value, so this method of double will be called here. Then operator overloading. Friend, operator overloading means that basically it allows defining how operator behave for user defined type. For example, operator we are referring to like plus operator, minus, multiply, divide. So these are the operators basically, okay, which has a standard implementation, a standard definition. For example, a plus operator will always plus the values, multiply operator will always multiply the values. However, in the operator overloading concept, like this is the operator plus, this is the concept of operator overloading, in which you can redefine the implementation of the operator like plus, multiply, divide as per your need, as per your custom requirement in the class. Okay, so for example this is the class complex number which takes which has two integer values, real and imaginary. These are the two attributes. And then the complex number operator which takes the input other, and then we create a like object of complex number result. Then result dot real, this dot real plus other real, result dot imaginary, this is this dot imaginary plus other imaginary, and that it will return the result. Here see, basically we have redefined the concept or implementation of the plus operator. Similarly, you can also redefine the multiply, like a star, divide, division, minus. Okay, so you can redefine the implementation or the concept of the operators as per your need and as per your requirement. So this is the concept of operator. Where we are talking about, we are basically talking about plus, minus, multiply, divide, etc. Then the next one is the runtime polymorphism or dynamic polymorphism. When we talk about dynamic polymorphism, we have two concepts here. First one is the method overriding, and next is the interfaces. Now method overriding means that it occurs when a subclass means a child class, provides a specific implementation for a method that is already defined in the superclass or the base class. The overridden method in the subclass is chosen at runtime based on the actual type of the object. For example, just take this example, try to understand the method overriding here. Class animal, which has a method of sound, which just print the print line animal makes a sound. The class dog is extended. This is the base class or parent class. This is a concept of inheritance here. So this dog class is extended, or you can say it basically inherited from the animal class. Okay, and it has also a void sound method. Another class cat is extended from the animal class, and it has also the method of a sound here. When you create an object of the dog class, so at the runtime it will be decided that the sound method will be called from here. Basically, see, sound method exists here in the animal class, in the dog class, in the cat class here. This is the base class, and this is the child class, and this is also the child class. Now when you create an object of the dog class, the compiler at the runtime notice that it needs to call this method of sound rather than calling this or this one. Why? Because see, it has been overridden here. So this is the concept of a overridden here. Okay. Next is the interface. Interface in object-oriented programming allows for the definition of a common set of methods that classes must implement. This enables polymorphism by allowing objects of different classes to be treated as objects of the same type, interface type. For example, this is the interface shape, and it has a method draw. This class circle is basically implement shape, so it must have to define the void draw method. Okay. Similarly, the class rectangle implements the shape, and it must has to define the method of a draw. Basically, friend, the concept of interface is that whenever we want that any specific method must be defined in a class. Okay, so we can define a interface. So for example, if any shape, we have a interface of a shape, and we have mentioned the void draw, so any class which basically implement the interface of a shape, it must have to define the method of a draw. If you don't define the draw method, you will get an error in the compile time. So basically, friend, polymorphism plays a very crucial role in achieving flexibility, extensibility, and code reuse in object-oriented programming. Also, it allows developers to write more generic, reusable code, promoting the principles of encapsulation and abstraction as well. Overall, friend, polymorphism is a very important and fundamental concept in object-oriented programming. And if you are a person who is willing to start his career in the programming field, so you must have to have a very good knowledge and concepts about object-oriented programming. I must say that before starting the compiler or any IDE, just first you should have the clear concepts of object-oriented programming before starting the actual coding, or you just start the source coding. So friend, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with the friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for watching the video.